Okay, we're on. You got that out just in time.
It's not okay. It's
Gross. Very good. Close that. Close all of those. And controller. All right. So, hello, Internet. It is 2:06 p.m. on Thursday, February 7th, 2020. I'm your host, Mark Amsray, DJ Amstrack, and I am holding court. That's Daniel back there. He'll be joining me for tonight's stream, but for right now, he's just sick and doing his own thing. Today I'm going to be continuing Mass Effect 3. Last time, I made a big whoopsie, and basically wiped out the Quarians. So I had to save Scrum and try that again. And it turned out a lot better. So that was about where I left off last time. Let's get on with this. Why hasn't it been able to connect lately, I wonder? Feel a sneeze coming on. Thank you. Oh, I need to take my pills. I haven't done that today.
Damn right. We just showed the galaxy we can beat them.
Unread messages at your private terminal, Commander.
Oh, so I was slightly mistaken yesterday when explaining the thing to you, Daniel. With the whole, motivation behind the creation of what became the Reapers. I misunderstood. It wasn't that there was infighting between that there was infighting among the Thrall races. It was that invariably the Thrall races would become advanced enough that they would create a synthetic race to help them, and war would break out between the synthetics and the fleshies. Why can't I think of the word
Organics.
that I actually... What?
Organics.
Organics, thank you. Between synthetics and organics. That was the problem that the Leviathans set their AI to. And the result was a synthetic that declared war on all organics, basically.
Huh. So there was a problem where organic creatures would create synths that they would then wind up in war with.
Mm-hmm.
And to solve this problem, they built their own synths.
Yep.
Dopes. That seems a little dumb of them.
A little bit. It may be hard to believe after what we just went through, but the rest of the galaxy is barely aware the Quarians ever went into the Veil, let alone started a war with the Geth. We're sitting on a major piece of history here. I have material from all the players except you. Can I get into your cabin for an hour and get your thoughts on Vid? Diana. Shepard. Just wanted to let you know that I'm going to join Adams in engineering. It seems like the best place for me to help, as long as I'm coming with you anyway. Please drop by when you have a minute. Tally. The Citadel Council and the virtual aliens have signed a groundbreaking treaty capping off the first diplomatic summit with non-organic intelligences. The suddenly changed spelling to Deitweiler Pact instead of Detweiler was ratified by Citadel dignitaries, including the Earth Ambassador Dominic Osoba and the virtual alien Ambassador Saigon. Under the pact, the virtual aliens will be considered guests of the Citadel and afforded basic sapient rights in exchange for technology and support in the war. Speaking from the Council chambers, Ambassador Saigon pledged to accept any individual seeking safe harbor in their virtual universe, but urged haste as the Ark will soon return to deep space. Anti-synthetic protests are planned across the wards. Critics are demanding answers on why the Coalition is intriguing with synthetic races, but not all oppose the move. Many voices have risen in support of the aliens, who have taken their first steps in the physical universe straight into a galactic war. One of their supporters is the Geth camp of the New Quarian Geth Alliance, which transmitted a brief statement of support. We are next. From VI Technician Nyala. This one has detected an anomaly with the monitoring systems used by Special Tactics and Recon. The virtual intelligences have captured video of Spectre operatives that we know to be missing or killed in action. Over 24 data streams have been detected which prominently feature these agents, and it felt it was prudent to bring it to your attention. Here are the names of those agents that were monitored over the past few weeks. Extan Partanax, Hane Raitin, Ejib Sao, Janiri Tuli, Kalira Tahas, Lonar Meirun. Of the 6, this one has detected Lonar Meirun with a greater frequency than the other 5 Spectres combined. This one does not know what that means, but in light of his disappearance, it is unlikely to be a positive sign. Quarian efforts to reintroduce agriculture to Rannoch have yielded an unexpected bounty, a cache of ancestor VIs imprinted with the memories of renowned Quarian theoretical physicists. These illegal devices were once a cornerstone of Quarian spirituality, but for centuries they were held with a mix of contempt and veneration, and now their fate is being debated by the Admiralty Board. Spectre authorization would allow operatives to confiscate these relics so they can support physicists working on the Crucible. Huh. Heretic Geth, Dragon's Teeth usage. The following intelligence is to remain classified until an unspecified time after the Reaper War. There is a wealth of data relating to the use of Dragon's Teeth by Geth forces prior to the Battle of the Citadel. These devices were used both as a trap and as a means to convert new husks. A person is laid upon the flat device and held there. Once it is detected organic matter, it impales the body using a metallic spike. It then converts the muscle, organs, and water content into cybernetic parts before reanimating the body with an electrical charge. The psychological impact of these creations is extreme, and they allowed the Geth to utilize greater forces than they should have been able to muster. Our information reveals that those heretic Geth who are allied with the Reapers are deploying these contraptions on the fringe colony worlds that they assault. With the Geth as our allies, we must contain any information that suggests they are using Dragon's Teeth, and reduce the impact of broadcasts that cast the Geth in a less than positive light. The galaxy needs the Geth, probably more than they need us, so these orders are to be enacted by any means necessary, including the termination of sources. Datus Prosec, Spectre Command. Here's our latest intelligence following the conclusion of the battle for Rannoch. The Quarians have picked two former cities for recolonization efforts, Girnava and Ravpasht. These two ancient cities were chosen for their immense spiritual worth to the Quarians. Morale is extremely high among the Quarians and Geth. The peace seems to have been embraced by the majority of the two fleets. Quarians have expressed surprise at Rannoch's fertility. They believe that the Geth were excellent caretakers for their shared homeworld. The live ships will remain in orbit temporarily as Geth begin colossal farming efforts to grow food on Rannoch for their creators. Geth forces have already started to reinforce war zones across the Attican Traverse and as far away as Palaven. The Admiralty Board petitioned the Council to reopen their embassy on the Citadel. The Geth have also petitioned in the hope of establishing an embassy of their own. Peace on Rannoch was never expected, but is gladly received. The galaxy now has two powerful fleets and many troops to call upon to support the war effort. Though civilian attitudes to the Geth are far from positive, we believe that careful media attention can reform that and allow the synthetics to be brought peacefully into galactic affairs. Contingencies will be in place, but their newfound union with their creators is a step towards a promising future. Actually, wait. Bah, your head.
I hear you were on the ground with the Reaper. He fired up at us a few times. Joker pulled the Normandy through some insane maneuvers to stay out of the line of fire.
It's hard being in a fight like that, especially when you're not the one flying the ship. Joker's one of the best, though.
At first I was nauseous, swinging around in my safety harness. But then I was furious. Just enraged. I wanted that thing dead.
You didn't want the Reapers dead when they attacked Earth?
I wanted them defeated. I wanted Earth saved. But I never wanted to physically tear them in half and watch them blow up.
Congratulations, Trainer. I believe you've discovered your fight-or-flight instinct.
Perhaps I should have stayed with chess. Although now I think I'm spoiled by the lack of explosions.
Oh yeah, I also want to do the interview.
Trainer, can you send up Diana Allers? She wants to talk to me.
She's on her way, Commander.
I'm sure you've got a million questions.
I narrowed it down to 40. Let's see how you do with the top 10. Commander, the last time most of us heard about Geth, they were attacking the Citadel alongside Sovereign.
Yes, and you should know that was a minority of the Geth. Most of them are not hostile to organics.
Is that how you explain that they're allies, and no longer dangerous robots who stick humans on spikes?
What you have to realize is that despite their reputation, most Geth are not inherently violent. The Quarians attacked them. The Geth fought back in self-defense just like any organic would. Now that we've freed the Geth from Reaper control, they'll want payback for their enslavement.
But you're going to take an army of synthetics to fight Reapers with untold hacking abilities. What's keeping the Reapers from reprogramming the Geth like they have before?
The Geth are extremely intelligent, and they put incredible thought into solving this problem. They're not gonna turn again. I bet my life on it.
Now here's a question from a Batarian on Omega. Commander Shepard, if the mass relays can be destroyed... So did I miss anything? Do you have any questions?
You gonna go file your story now?
Well, if you don't mind.
Go tell the galaxy what we've done. They could use some good news.
Aye aye, Commander.
Can't be. No. I guess that's right.
Hey, Tally. How's it going?
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you. I just got communication from the fleet. Sorry. From Rannoch. In the old days, I'd sent any new technology I found back to the fleet. I should probably be doing that with the agriculture samples now. I don't know anything about raising crops.
How are your people doing?
It's crazy. The Geth are helping, setting up housing, adapting power systems. They are doing in weeks what would have taken us years. Geth are even uploading into the suits of Quarian volunteers. They're rewriting environmental functions, jump-starting our immune systems.
That doesn't seem possible.
The Geth are software, not hardware. They can transfer themselves from a normal body into anything with enough processing power. They're mimicking infections, so the host can adapt without getting sick. It's like making a vaccine.
So the Quarians won't have to wear those suits anymore?
It doesn't seem possible, but yes, in a few years, with Geth improvements, we won't need them. We might still wear them. The suits have become part of our society. But a rupture won't be a death sentence. Today, on Rannoch, there are Quarian children who will grow up healthy and strong, thanks to the Geth.
They owe that to you.
No. I'd have killed the Geth with no regrets. And I'd have been wrong. Thank you. I can't believe my people are working with the Geth.
That's really cool.
Commander. Shepard.
My board is green.
Another Reaper has died. You are proving that humans are capable soldiers. But I question this peace you have brokered. No such thing is possible between machines and organics. I would have destroyed the synthetics without hesitation. And these Quarians, let's just hope they are reliable allies. It is difficult to trust a species that hides behind masks. The only conflict you should concern yourself with is ending the one with the Reapers. Diplomacy does not win wars. Powerful and plentiful firearms do. Your Joker pilot insists I call myself Prothi the Prothean. I insisted he allow me to throw him out the airlock. Do not care what others think. Do what you must.
It's awfully quiet down here.
Shepard, thanks again for being there at the Refugee Memorial. I feel better. Everything's so much clearer now.
Glad I could help.
Okay, so that is something to stop by Harrods for. And also run around the Citadel a little more. Although the migrant fleet has suffered losses, it stands ready to assist the rest of the galaxy. The civilian fleet, which forms the majority of the flotilla, will remain near Rannoch with the token force of the patrol fleet for protection. The remainder of the patrol fleet will accompany the heavy fleet in its logistics train once they have completed repairs. Yeah, the civilian fleet only needs a little bit of backup. They put guns on those ships. They're basically non-military dragnaughts? Dreadnoughts? The hell is a dragnaught?
It's like a dreadnought, but for dragons.
I guess. No, my brain is.
Tell them to stop making up animals.
Yeah. A ship just zoomed by, so all I heard was, your brain, meow.
My nose blowing, so it sounded like the ship was moving.
Oh, hello. I was just...
Alanis began as a privately owned Turian security firm, but we've become so much more than that. We've expanded to provide a host of services ranging from simple event security to professional mercenary companies, and to counter piracy operations. Our affordable yet reliable body armor, weapons, and omni-tools are popular with security personnel and mercenaries, and our soldiers maintain the highest discipline. Whether we're fighting on the front line or guarding your home, you can always rely on Alanis.
got new messages, Commander.
New messages. Oh. Shepard, I have been getting a number of requests from people wanting to join my engineering team. It seems that everyone wants to serve on the Normandy now. And to think the Admiralty Board tried to humiliate me by calling me Vas Normandy. I talked to Adams, and he seems eager to add more experts who could improve the ship's performance. I've added their details to the crew manifest. Yeah, I could switch Tully to be the chief engineer, but I'll keep Adams. Adams is good. Oh, I have another slot for a medical person. And 2 slots for engineering. Several of this unit's active runtimes date back to a Quarian vessel during the time of the Morning War. Having transferred itself to Rannoch prior to the Quarians' retreat from their home system, the programs were later installed on the majority of Geth ships. With the addition of the Reaper upgrades, this unit has chosen to forego a physical platform in favor of a holoprojection. The holoprojection has also proven to be less intimidating to the organics with which it works. While EDI's processing power may rival a small network of Geth, this specialized unit also links with the data archives of the Geth consensus, allowing it access to hundreds of years of research, simulations, and improvements to thruster technology. This allows for real-time optimization and a substantial upgrade to the Helios thruster module on board the Normandy. That's the virtual Geth. Kinraidor Vastabra, Engine and Salvage Specialist. Bonuses: allows installation and maintenance of Quarian Ezo Afterburner. During his pilgrimage, Kin braved Omega, but oh yeah, I remember him, but quickly found himself stranded when all his money and documents were stolen. Realizing his desperate situation, he started a small salvage and repair business in an attempt to buy his way off the station. Before long, he became successful enough to attract the attention of the Elcor Harrot, another tech salvage merchant, who soon undermined Kin's fledgling business. Without Commander Shepard's intervention, Kin would not have been able to complete his pilgrimage and return to the migrant fleet. Once he had returned to the fleet, he implemented some technical schematics he discovered while on Omega, enabling his team to improve engine speed at both sublight and FTL travel. Eager to repay Shepard's kindness, Kinraidor was one of the first to volunteer to serve aboard the Normandy. Zarawin Vasalskar, Scanning Technology Specialist, improves performance of Argus Planetary Scanner. I like that. Zarawin's experience on board several patrol fleet ships has allowed her to focus her talents on astrometric scanning systems and stellar cartography, enabling comprehensive scanning of large areas of space. Due to her expertise, her ship was one of the first to pierce the enigmatic Perseus Veil in order to survey the Geth systems in preparation for the Quarian assault on Rannoch. For her pilgrimage, she became an indentured servant on Ilium, working for several tech companies, before escaping with some highly sensitive software to take back to the migrant fleet. I think I remember her as well. Even though she is still wanted by the authorities on Ilium, she is highly regarded by Admirals Zen and Ron. Unit 651.35E, AI Systems Integration Specialist. Bonuses: improved performance of Armac's ship defense system. Background. Unit 651.35E's runtimes focus on dynamic replication and implementation of Geth into other less advanced hardware. This enables it to replace many simple VI programs with more advanced Geth runtimes and improve the performance of the ship defense system. Milcerum Vasjophis. Ship Defense Specialist. Improves performance of Armax ship defense system. Milcerum managed the ship defense systems for one of the pillars of the Quarian heavy fleet, the Jophis. He has been commended several times, and comes with the recommendations of not only his captain, but also Admiral Gerrel. And Geth. Improves performance of Argus planetary scanner. Geth is a platform housing runtimes that focus on ship systems. It has refused to have its platform named with any traditional standard, not understanding Organic's need for such conventions. Despite its quirks, allowing it access to the Normandy systems will improve the data processing time for the Argus planetary scanner, after informing EDI that it also has the ability to increase efficiency of other essential systems, including the coffee machine, by as much as 38%. EDI began affectionately calling it Java. So I think I want Zarowin. For the other one, which subsystem is which? Why did that get unequipped?
Do you ever feel awkward, being the only Turian on the ship?
I don't know. Should I?
I just mean, not having anyone else like you around.
Doesn't seem to bother Liara.
But she can eat their food. The Geth are helping us rebuild. I never thought I'd see it.
Okay. So there was the Armax ship defense system. Wait, were they both Armax? Or was one Armax and the other one something else? Might have both been Armax.
Nothing to report, Commander.
Yeah, they're both Armax. Okay. I'm not really sure what that actually does. Maybe it helps me flee from chasing Geth ships, or not Geth, Reapers when I've accidentally alerted them. I don't know. Okay, time to upgrade some weapons. Jeez, how many levels did these have? Did they go up to 10? I think that's what they went up to in the first game. What?
What? The glass is Piano Man drink you served in Valhalla. It's got a little thing on the side which this Let's Player thing looks like a crack bar party. Piano Man, complimentary crack bar.
Thank you. Okay, so Elkos and Kanala. What happened to my weapons?
Buried him in the ground.
Excuse me.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I need a cab to the Presidium.
It'll be there momentarily.
Welcome to Kanala Exports. Cultivating serenity is possible even during times of crisis. We appreciate your visit.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
Don't be left out in the cold. Ask about our full-service warranties.
Come again.
Alright, let's see if there's anything new going on here now that more stuff has happened. Just that guy there, who I've already helped. This is probably that one NPC that just wanders around.
course. We can have ships at the colony in 36 hours. Do you need medical support?
No, evacuating the colony is more than enough. Thank you, Ambassador.
Ambassador?
I'm coordinating actions for the fleet while we're here. Evacuating colonies, bolstering Turian defense lines. I think it was right here. 3 years ago to the day.
What?
This was where Saren's assassins fired at me. I'd just gotten to the Citadel. I didn't think I needed my barriers up. My mistake.
You never told me about this. How bad was it?
Got me in the arm. They used polonium rounds. I was running a fever in minutes. It was the first time I'd been really hurt on my pilgrimage. I ran to the Council embassy, asked for protection, offered the data on Saren. The Turian clerk called me Soot Rat. He threatened to have me tossed off the station if I didn't leave.
I wish that clerk could see you now.
He just did. That was him back there. I don't think he remembers me.
And you're assisting him in spite of that.
This war is too big for old grudges. You showed me that. We're at peace with the Geth. I can't waste my time on a Turian who made me angry. Besides, it all worked out. I made it to the wards. You found me. Happy ending.
And now the Turians will get the aid they desperately need.
I nearly reminded him who I was. Made him apologize, rubbed his nose in it. Maybe he and I both needed to grow up a little.
The difference is that you helped when it counted.
Thanks, Shepard. So did you. Everything looks so peaceful.
Hello, Shepard.
Welcome to Cybertine Armory. Proceeds from all sales go to help the troops on Palaven.
All Cybertine Armory products include a lifetime guarantee for performance. See our extranet site for details. Professional grade equipment at reasonable prices. Welcome to Agor Munitions. Thank you for shopping at Agor Munitions.
Welcome to the Citadel.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods. Thank you for shopping at Nosastra Sporting Goods.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. You need to hear this.
Oh, blue rose of helium. If these humble words reach you, then I have joined my ancestors.
No, no, no.
My dream was to be by your side, a weed beside your beauty, twining together in the warm Tachanka sun.
Oh, Char.
But if my last days must be with Grant instead of kindness, still I will remember the perfume of your scent and the soft touch of your petals.
Oh.
Let my broken bones build a wall around your garden, so you and the flower we planted together can grow safe and strong.
Thank you. I need to go.
Welcome to Casa Fabrication Weaponry. Proceeds from all purchases go to help our men and women serving in the Alliance.
All goods have been marked down with our special wartime discount. For the best in the business, come to Casa. For the best in the business, come to Casa. Casa fabrication weaponry hasn't forgotten Earth. Neither should you.
Come on up, Remy.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Welcome to Certa. Thank you for shopping.
I got out of that farm and into the hills. I pulled the farm girl after me. All I wanted to do was live through the night.
Nobody else could have done more.
But morning came and no shuttle. Afternoon and then night, hiding from husks and those Turian things.
The file says the evacuation team thought your position was overrun.
So after 2 days, I still don't have a gun, because those Turian things, you can't use theirs. I realize that shuttle isn't coming, not unless I get back to the farm and my radio.
And the farm girl?
She was with me. Even killed a few husks. With a stick.
Spectre status recognized. Please select. One moment, please. Now arriving at ward level purgatory.
How's the head?
Good. Concussion's almost gone.
Good. When I heard you were injured.
It was stupid.
Your turn. Counselor Tavos.
Hot. But points off for attitude.
Shaira the consort.
Hot, I guess? Can you stop this? You're creeping me out.
Dalatras Nimron.
What the hell's wrong?
I'm not skinny the Alliance.
Since when did you feel chummy with those bricks?
Screw you. You've been watching the news.
Sure.
Know what's happening to Earth while we're sitting here?
Calm down already.
Shepard, you made it. Come have a drink with me.
You're looking happy?
You had it right. Yesterday can't change. Tomorrow, we might all be dead. Today is what matters. I'm not wasting it.
I wouldn't have thought a club would be to your tastes.
You don't have to get all hot and bothered to appreciate graceful dancing. There's an energy here. There's light. And some of the eye candy in the crowd isn't too shabby either.
The eye candy on the stage is fine by me.
Good. I sure don't need you as competition. Here.
To you, Steve.
And to you, Shepard. A good friend when I needed one most. Thank you. For everything.
I hadn't noticed the stage over here before. It's pretty fancy.
Spectre status recognized. Please select. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Reaper forces now control the Hades Nexus and Sentry Omega cluster.
Urgently, human, I must speak to you on behalf of my people.
What is it?
Holding sorrow, Dakuna, my home world, the Reapers have come. Holding sorrow, our warriors are under siege, but your forces can rescue them. Urgently, please. All the other races have turned us aside.
How do your people fight?
Proudly, with BI-assisted infantry. Our soldiers carry heavy weapons into battle mounted on their backs. Mixed pride and shame, our enemies have called us living tanks, as well as names less flattering.
I'll take the Normandy as soon as we have time.
Relief. Thank you, Commander. Small hope. Perhaps we can evacuate some of our civilians when your forces arrive. Anxiously, I will remain here for news. Please hurry. Dakuna burns.
I want all remaining files secured and marked for Tentron clearance only. Commander Shepard, thank you for coming.
Did you find something?
The Council has ordered a full review into Donald Udina's activities. We're still piecing together his coup attempt. But that isn't why I asked you here. The situation is growing urgent for my people. We're aware your crucible is still missing a key component.
The catalyst. Do you know something?
Not exactly, but there is an artifact on our homeworld, Thessia, known only to highest levels of my government.
What is it?
With any luck, it's a means to help you locate the catalyst. The artifact is kept in a temple located at these coordinates. I've ordered a scientific team to meet you there.
If this artifact is so important, why keep it hidden?
Every species in the Citadel has its secrets, Commander. But this one, in the wrong hands, would upset the balance of galactic power.
The Reapers are doing that right now.
Which is why I'm bringing this to you.
I appreciate the help.
It's you who will be helping us. The matriarchs are growing desperate. For the first time in our history, Thessia is vulnerable. For all our intellect, we're outmatched by Reaper firepower.
I'll do what I can.
Whether you know it or not, you've become the sole ray of hope in a very dark night. Goddess be with you.
After heavy fighting, Alliance forces were able to restore power to
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay E-24, emergency civilian housing.
Hey there.
Oh, it's you, hey.
Your parents get here yet?
No, it's okay. I mean, they'll get here. They'll leave with their promises.
Come on! You thought I was bluffing, didn't you? Come on!
Welcome to Batarian State Arms. Batarian State Arms, defending the hegemony. Stand strong for your people with Batarian State Arms. Please observe all caste restrictions when making a purchase. Thank you for your patronage.
Back again, I see.
See you around, Zaid.
Later, then.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay D-24.
You're sure of what you saw?
Yes, Sergeant.
Heard from your brother since then?
No, Sergeant.
All right, Talavi. I'll see if I can get you better numbers and stuff to your house.
Thank you, ma'am.
It won't save me so much when you're eye deep in husks.
Okay. Turn to the Normandy. Need to go record my life real quick. Okay, I return.
Commander, there's a new message at your private terminal.
Commander Shepard, I understand the Elcor ambassador has personally petitioned you for help on Dakuna. The Elcor are pushing through other diplomatic channels to get our aid. We could deploy the Fifth Fleet to give cover while their flotilla extracts as many of their warriors as possible. It could be a Reaper trap, though. Enemy presence in the Fontes system is increasing. Either way, the Elcor heavy warriors would certainly be useful in retaking Earth. Senior staff are split on the idea. In any event, the Elcor will station their flotilla near Oltan, Dakuna's moon, and deploy from there. Do it. Whoa.
Reapers eluded.
Freaking. Okay, the system is sorted. Nothing else is lit up and blinking.
Hello, is this a robot? Ah, it's Cox. What's up? I think you might have the wrong number, possibly. Because I haven't ordered any service. This is a 1913 Grassland Drive. Hey, that's what some serious cocktails have been.
Maybe.
That was weird.
Geth supplies. There's going to be quite a few things here that I haven't discovered.
Signal confirmed.
Antibar. Antibar is a cold terrestrial world with an atmosphere of methane and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of iron with deposits of magnesium. The world has been noted as a possible target for long-term terraforming. If the atmosphere could be increased to the thickness of Earth's, the global average temperature would rise by 10 degrees Celsius. Antibar's combination of low temperatures, high-speed surface winds, and low visibility make it dangerous to explore on foot. More Geth supplies. That's everything in this system. Off to Vamshi. More Geth supplies. Supplies. Okay, that's everything in that system. Off to Grissom.
I found something.
Sulcrum. Oh yeah, so I went to the TMJ doctor earlier, and my crackling jaw creeped the nurse out too.
Where is everyone? That's not a good sound.
Mm-mm. She was like, I'm more used to hearing the popping, which comes from something else. This is not what I was expecting to hear from your jaw.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I'm headed to Purgatory.
We'll have a cab ready for you.
I recovered the Code of the Ancients from Dakuna. It's waiting for you in Bay D-24.
With shock and joy. Really, this is wonderful news. Thank you, human. Sincerely, this will greatly aid our people.
Spectre status recognized. Please select. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
We got your people off Dakuna, Ambassador.
Utterly sincere. Thank you for your assistance, Commander. This is not a debt we can repay.
Were you able to evacuate any civilians?
Yes.
How many?
Not enough.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please.
Okay, where am I supposed to be taking those Geth supplies? Or were those Geth supplies not, like, actually part of
Now arriving
a quest,
at Bay
but just
D-24.
war assets?
I've got your briefing, Private. Let's fill you in before the squad arrives. The Alliance is posting us to the East Alliance.
Tradigos, renowned for having the coldest winters of any Asari colony, it's now the site of a rare triumph against the Reapers on the Asari front. Masterminded by Matriarch General Terrasa, this victory was won at Port Melix, a repair and resupply hub converted into an indoctrination camp. Overseen by a Reaper destroyer, the guerrilla submarines were hopelessly outgunned. With no chance of surviving a firefight, the Matriarch turned to an alternate stratagem. Engineers drilled into the ice to bury thermonuclear devices, while submarines targeted structural weak points beneath the ice shelf. Adapting age-old tactics, she harried enemy strongholds to lure away husks with focused guerrilla strikes. To entice the Reaper, Terrasa leaked the location of her flagship, and the Reaper fell into her snare. Buried explosives detonated, rending the ice and sending it plummeting into the bitter ocean. Once trapped, submarines hammered its shields with torpedoes and collapsed the ice shelf around it. The flotilla surfaced and commenced bombardment of the indoctrination camps. Crews stocked and rearmed their vessels, while commandos evacuated civilians and booby-trapped the settlement. By the time the Reaper freed itself, the flotilla had slipped away unchallenged. Our sources in Thessia Command claim that Matriarch General Terrasa was reassigned to more vital battlefields. Although loath to leave behind her sisters, she accepted under condition that the naval resistance receive missile payloads capable of destroying a Reaper. Dinara Yahirix, Special Tactics and Recon. That did refuel me. Hey, Mom. Would you pour me some more drink, please? Thank you. Okay, I guess there's nothing here. Thorn. Nope. Fur then. Thank you.
Signal confirmed.
Initial surveys of Korong noted its high density and active plate tectonics, suggesting a high internal heat fueled by a greater than normal concentration of heavy elements and radioactives. Early test cores proved the mineral richness of the world, but distance from the mass relay in the Century system made it unprofitable to develop until late 2183. The atmosphere is a smog of methane, ammonia, and water vapor, a so-called primordial soup similar to the conditions of early Earth. However, there is no evidence of life developing on Korong's surface beyond the level of simple dextroamino acids. The minimal energy input of the red dwarf Ver have created an energy-starved surface environment through the planet's, though the planet's volcanism does hold some possibility for subterranean development. Iridium. Geth Armature Battalion. Cool. Those guys are big.
There's activity across most of the planet.
What about the temple? Can you raise the scientists?
Negative. All channels are scrambled across the spectrum. The mission's looking really dicey.
This is too important. It's now or never.
Shepard, that's my home down there. I have to go.
Then get to the shuttle and let's do this. Liara, do you have anything more on this artifact?
These coordinates the counselor gave you are for the Temple of Athame. My mother took me there once. It's several thousand years old. And for some reason, it has classified government funding.
Sounds like we're on the right trail.
What if we're too late? My people are dying down there.
Your empathy is a weakness. You must numb yourself to loss.
Benezia took you to this temple?
I was just a child. I thought it was a history lesson, but now, maybe there was more to it.
What do you mean?
I went digging through her old files. She had heavily encrypted records on this place, some dating back centuries. I still can't crack most of them. Whatever's going on, it's well hidden.
I've studied your mission reports. Your mother was indoctrinated.
Yes. We had to kill her.
Yet it did not stop you from fighting. As I said, steel yourself. Many more lives will be lost.
We can't ignore that people are dying. The Reapers may not have mercy, but we do.
It is their indifference that gives them power.
Then let's show them there's another way.
This can't be happening. My home.
There's no time to mourn. We're exposed up here.
Let's get down.
You must be Commander Shepard! Lieutenant! Commander, we heard... The barrier's been breached! Commander, we'll talk later! Get on that gun up there and do some damage! Somebody better get on that gun! Enemy targets on the bridge! Hold them back! More on the way! Keep firing! Enemy targets on the bridge! I want that gunship prepped and in the air! Plug that hole! We're on it! Someone get me a location on our snipers! Yes, ma'am! Commander, I'm Lieutenant Curran. We've been told to expect you. My orders are to hold this grid at all costs. Shore up the barrier! But our perimeter's collapsing, and I'm getting my people out of here.
This is important. We need your help.
Well, unless you can give me a good reason to stay, we're not dying for a field of rubble.
What exactly were you told about?
Nothing but your name. Mission details were classified, which just means we'll die without knowing why.
I know what that's like, but you have to trust the chain of command.
We're not even sure the chain still exists. So what are we doing here?
We're after a relic inside the temple. It's important.
That's what this is all about? One of our outposts has been trying to reach the scientists over there, but we lost contact. Get that gunship moving! Now! I'm sorry, Commander. If your relic has lasted this long, it can wait a little longer. I've lost enough people today. I'm pulling the rest of them out.
No! I sent you the lineage of a leader, a warrior skilled and cunning. They are strong in your genes. But you've grown tired of them. You're exhausted by defeat, and now you worry you don't have the courage left to war.
By the goddess, are you...
Find your resolve. This war can end if you do.
We're building a Prothean superweapon. It'll win this war.
I believe it. This is Lieutenant Curran. Hold your positions. I want a path carved to the temple. Outpost Tychus, we've got people coming your way. Let's make sure the galaxy knows the war was won on Thessia. Make it count.
I was here years ago.
To see the city burning like this is...
It can be rebuilt. Just worry about the next 20 meters. Watch it!
This has to end!
Draw strength from your anger. It will keep you alive.
Remember that, because here they come. Staggered approach! Try to use cover! Push him back!
That was the last one.
Then move! Get off the bridge!
On that building! We've got fire support!
Scatter and take cover! Watch the edges! Don't let them get around us!
What's the perimeter?
They just won't stop!
More of them ahead!
That door ahead looks like our way out of this mess.
Another mutated Asari! A good fight!
Keep up the pressure!
This one has spirit!
All right. Let's get moving before more of them come back.
Interest? Just, dead sorry.
There's a ramp here, Shepard. Might be our way through.
Yes, I'm heading that way.
I still can't face those things. My own people.
When we fought the Reapers, they turned our own children against us.
I can't imagine that.
They assumed we would hesitate to kill them.
Did you?
What answer would you prefer?
None. Let's stop talking about this. Above us!
One for the first time. My people had stopped believing in devils. They changed their minds when the Reapers arrived.
They're sorry. We might be able to reach them.
The Reaper is moving on. One less we get to kill.
Watch your head!
How long could you hold out?
Now that you're here, as long as it takes. Can you really win this war?
We get to that temple and the Reapers are history.
Grab some gear over here. And let's do some damage!
This is a kill zone!
Nice shot! That's the last of them. Get moving, Commander. Toward the Reaper! It's a way out of here!
You have an interesting concept of escape.
No choice! Nightmare never ends.
The hell it won't. We get to this artifact and we can all wake up.
50,000 years later.
Watch it!
We're trying to reach Outpost Tychus.
You're looking at it!
What about the rest of your squad?
They're all dead! We tried punching through to the scientists, but I'm all that's left.
What about reinforcements?
We had gunships flying support, but things got too hot with that Reaper. They can't chance it.
We need them. We need to be in that temple. casualties are unavoidable.
Oops, that's not
In that case, casualties are about the only thing I can guarantee you. Talon Swarm, this is Outpost Tychus. Is there anybody left on this frequency?
It's not exactly
We're in need
the
of
answer I
immediate
was
air support. Commander Shepard is here.
Copy, this is Talon 1. I'm on the way. Talon 5 inbound. Ground targets confirmed. Weapons are hot. Light 'em up. Talon 1, watch the jamming. Target acquired. I'm hit. The stabilizer blew out. This is Talon 5. Whatever you're gonna do, you better do it now.
Go, Commander. I'll cover you from here.
Commander Shepard, I've got your back. Let's get you into that temple.
Oh, jeez. Ah. Oh! Damn it.
On it.
Keep it up, Talon 5!
That's it for the missiles. Switching to the gun.
Next time we go to war, maybe the Alliance can spring for air support.
Move! Now's our chance!
Watch out, more hostiles ahead.
Commander! More of the Dead are attacking!
Hang tight while I shake him.
Miracle. Oh, jeez.
Keep your head down and give him everything you got!
Talon 5, back in position. Let's punch a hole.
There's the
in the clear. Let's get inside.
It appears the temple has been buried.
Let me take a look. It's military-grade encryption. I think I can override it.
Do religion and military always mix among Asari?
No, this is unusual. Especially since few still follow the Athame doctrine. Hello? Is anyone there?
Something is wrong. Your scientists should be here.
Take a look around. Maybe one of these artifacts is what we're looking for. What's this?
The goddess Athame's shield. Legends say she used it to protect Thessia when the heavens grew angry. Our ancestors were probably misinterpreting a meteor shower.
It was an asteroid strike. We deflected it.
You mean the Protheans? But that would imply Athame.
Is not what you believe her to be.
Just keep looking. Could this be the artifact?
I don't think so. It's the goddess Athame's sword. Myths say she wielded it against the jealous gods who threatened our ancestors.
They were a race called the Ouroboros. Thessia had vast resources. We protected you from them.
Are you actually suggesting that the Protheans intervened in our past?
It's more than a suggestion. I find it strange your scientists would abandon their own planet.
They wouldn't.
How about this?
A page from one of our earliest religious texts, the Athame Codex. Doesn't look promising. It describes how Athame taught our ancestors mathematics.
Before that, you could only count as high as your toes. We took pity.
Meow.
Here.
Yep. So.
Now that I finally got through. Stop.
Been a day. Need to talk? Okay.
Yes!
That book. I suspected it was a book.
Now that I got my refund. Free book!
I'm at the Temple of Athame right now. Javik is like, yeah, that was this thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is why I told you, you have to have Liara in your party whenever he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Because, man.
I didn't realize you requested a refund. I thought you were just gonna wait a little bit longer.
Could this be the artifact?
I don't think so. That's a sculpture of Lucen, one of Athame's servants who walked among my ancestors bestowing knowledge.
And you don't see the resemblance?
And they issued me a
He was
refund
no
that day.
servant of an imaginary goddess. He was Prothean.
Yeah, the book showed up.
And the book showed up. Yeah, because this is the 1970 edition.
Another page from the Codex. Not very useful. It talks about Athame's guide granting us the gift of biotics as a reward for worshipping her.
That gift involved years of genetic research.
This is almost too much to take.
It's also marked up. Like, this was somebody's textbook.
Is Shavik pooping all over Liara's religion?
Yes.
Only sort of.
More or less, he's giving her context. He's like, there's the context for this. She's like, but, now she's having an existential.
Oh yeah, that was a meme.
Like, there are sometimes
Doesn't
I have that moment.
That's Janiri, Athame's guide who brought enlightenment to Thessia long ago.
He was no servant of an imaginary goddess. He was Prothean.
Like, far future, like, dudes looking at our superhero movies and talking about the religion that is.
What do you know about this?
A fragment from the Codex. It's not what we need. It describes how Athame's guide Janiri gave my people seeds. He taught them the seasons so they could grow crops.
We didn't want you to starve.
They're gonna look
I
at
believe we are
football
missing
and be
something.
like, oh, these were ritualistic sacrifices made to the ancient god Superman.
What are we looking at here?
A primitive rendition of the goddess Athame. She's speaking to her ancient Azari followers. I don't think this is the artifact.
Another one of your myths that somehow...
They worshipped cats.
What you're implying, it's staggering.
We were here in the
They're gonna see
beginning,
like some
watching
like
you
secret
grow.
hand gestures
A
and
thing
stuff.
was
or
us.
something. And it's like gang signs. Completely unrelated.
I'm guessing these are the scientists.
It's the goddess Athame again.
That's tight. That's
You can
tight.
still believe that, but it won't change the truth.
So that thing about how they weren't actually going to max capacity my classroom.
They did it anyway.
On March 20th, I'm going to have 19 kids in my room. The kids that I'm getting are all... They light. I also had a kid abruptly withdraw because their family is in Delhi.
That's
Old Delhi?
Like, in India, where all the riots are happening right now.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Like, people are dead. Like, it's bad. It's bad. Because there was some new citizenship law that came out.
Oh, that. Yes, I heard
all the
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excluded Muslim, yeah, no.
Yep, nationalist, blah blah.
Yeah, and their family is Muslim and from India. And literally, their family is all where the center of all the protests are. So she left all of her stuff. She's like, we're on a plane. She's like, we're at the airport. I don't even have time to fill out the paperwork. But she's not coming back. And we went, okay. She's like, we may come back later. She's like, I don't know when. I'm like, I'll hold her stuff for her. I'll keep her stuffed animal and her blanket. It'll be in a box for her. So that was...
That's a little bit heavy for a workmate.
That was when I got there.
Oh.
Yeah. That was when I got there. And it's rough. And this family is super sweet. I'm just like, oh no. This is awful. Poor kid has lived in the United States her entire life too. Her whole 3 years of life so far. And now she's
Their throats.
It's very stressful.
What happened to them?
They've been slit. The Reapers didn't do this. We're going to have to figure this out on our own.
Who's that supposed to be?
It's not good.
It's Athame. Her image became more like ours over time.
You mean your ancestors tried to hide the truth?
I'm still not willing to believe any of that's real.
Then why does Athame speak Prothean?
What do you mean?
There is something here. I can sense it.
In this temple? I admit it is strange this place has been so well preserved. Though Athame does have great historical significance, we once believed our gods were separate from the world, looking down on us. There is a universal energy.
There's a Prothean beacon here.
I'm gonna do stress.
What?
Okay.
You're sure?
It's not something you forget.
But why hide it?
The answer is obvious. Power and influence. Your people are holding the knowledge of my race for their own gain.
That can't be. I can't believe my people would keep this
I
a
woke up at
secret.
like 5:20 in the morning with angry leg cramp that didn't want to go away.
A beacon like this could explain why Asari are so advanced.
This temple is thousands of years old. Time enough to make serious progress.
That doesn't make it true.
You can't keep denying reality, Asari. Even a small amount of data would give your species an edge. Or are you insulted that your government didn't involve you?
I was having this.
The Mars ruins are where humanity got Mass Effect technology.
I don't remember
And we learned of
watching.
it from the ruins of the Inusanum, the race that came before us. It was our secret for centuries.
I've lost several hours of time.
Well, if it is true, the Asari should have shared this knowledge.
I apparently made my
We might
whole
not have been in this mess if they had.
You don't know that, Shepard. We don't know what's going on here.
I know we don't have much time to find out.
I still suck.
The few records I can access talk about tapping into Prothean data streams, reconstructing matrices, none of which I see here.
I do.
And then today during lunch at school, like I was having that like
The activation process has begun.
colors and textures.
By the goddess. Literally.
Look around. There must be more of these connections.
Incredible. The beacon seems to think you're Prothean, Shepard. It must be the cipher you got back on Theros years ago.
Or it could be the Prothean standing next to you.
No connection here.
The end of the war is near. Find what we need, finish the Crucible, and vengeance is complete.
Doesn't look like a connection.
I'd say that one counts.
Looks like the statue is just
That isn't what we need.
from FF14.
I mean, kinda.
I can't believe this whole temple is a front.
Best place to hide a secret is out in the open.
They've been extracting data from it for centuries. I never knew.
Let's hope it doesn't take us as long.
There, another one.
It's still not complete.
Oh man, the statue's gonna blow up and it's gonna be sad.
This isn't a connection.
And you owe the Mass Effect relays to the Reapers. How did that turn out?
So you do bite. Good. We'll need that. The activation is complete. We can access the beacon now.
Yep, so your statue crumbled away, revealing the beacon.
We can access the beacon now.
We need to hurry. This place isn't going to...
Lord.
last very long.
Obtaining chronological marker. Hold. Timescale established. Post-Prothean cycle confirmed.
One of our computers.
Reaper presence detected. This galactic cycle has already reached its extinction terminus. Systems shutting down.
Hold on.
We need answers.
To what question?
The catalyst. We need to know what it is to finish the Crucible.
A memory of one of my people.
I am called Vendetta, an advanced virtual construct of Patrick Van, overseer of the project you refer to as Crucible.
Vendetta.
He died fighting the Reapers in the Battle of Tranvia 9. Your remaining time is also at an end.
We're all Protheans so grim.
What happened to the Crucible in your time? Why didn't the Protheans deploy it?
We were sabotaged from within. A splinter group argued we should dominate the Reapers rather than destroy them. It fractured our order of battle. Later we discovered the Separatists were indoctrinated.
I always suspected as much.
And now we're facing the same problem.
Our studies of past ages led us to believe that time is cyclical. Many patterns repeat.
Like the Reaper attacks.
And beyond. The same peaks of evolution, the same valleys of dissolution. The same conflicts are expressed in every cycle, but in a different manner. The repetition is too prevalent to be merely chance.
We assumed the Reapers were responsible for the pattern.
Perhaps. Though I believe the Reapers are only servants of the pattern. They are not its master.
So who is the master?
Unknown. Its presence is inferred rather than observed. The only certainty is its intention. Galactic annihilation. You now stand at that precipice.
There's still hope for this cycle. We need to know what the catalyst is. Trillions of lives are at risk.
Trillions of lives are always at risk. But if the Reapers have arrived to end your cycle, this discussion is too late.
We can break the cycle. We found your plans for the Crucible. We're building it right now.
The Crucible is not a Prothean design. It is the work of countless galactic cycles stretching back millions of years. Each cycle adds to it. Each improves upon it. Thus far, none have successfully defeated the Reapers with it.
Then we'll be the first. Tell us what the catalyst is.
Listen to the human. He can be trusted.
I detect you are one of us. You are Prothean.
The last. I am the final hope to avenge our people.
Your mission was known to me. Do you believe this present cycle can deliver retribution?
They have earned the right to try.
Tell us what we need to know.
Very well. If you have followed the plans for the Crucible, I will interface with your systems and assist with the catalyst too. Indoctrinated presence detected. Activating security protocol.
You. You killed the scientists. What do you want?
Your attention. Someone would like to talk with you.
Shepard.
How did you find this place?
The archives. Or did your shadow broker miss that one?
Show yourself. I promise I won't miss.
Stick to your talents, Dr. Dasani. You've helped uncover the key to subjugating the Reapers.
Or destroying them.
Damn it, Shepard. Destroying the Reapers gains us nothing.
How about peace?
They're just trying to control us. Think about it. If they wanted all organic life destroyed, they could do it. There would be nothing left.
What the hell are you talking about?
I know them, Shepard. I know how they think.
I think you've gotten a little too close to the enemy.
No. I'm saying they've got it right. Why kill when you can control?
You've been spending too much time with the enemy. They're dragging you over to their side. Their way of thinking.
No, I just see things differently.
If you truly care about humanity, you'll stop fighting me. You'll join me.
Don't ever question my intentions. I've sacrificed more for humanity than you'll ever know. And don't assume you know me. My methods for dealing with the Reapers are simply more refined than yours.
You've forgotten everything you stood for. Cerberus was supposed to be humanity's sword, not a dagger in our back.
Poetic, but as usual, you miss the point. The world is more gray than you care to admit.
With the Prothean data in this beacon, I can end this conflict, once and for all. You're either with me or against me. There's nothing gray about that.
No, I suppose there isn't. Leng, the commander has something I need. Please relieve him of it. And then bring me the data.
Understood.
It's slower than I imagined, Shepard. I've been hit! Cover me while I recharge!
Commander, the gunship!
Get to cover! I've got this! Your friend Thane died like a coward.
You'll be joining him soon.
I need to recharge! Cover me!
The gunship's taking up position!
Shepard is mine now. You've had your fun now, Shepard. It's a pity the good ones never last. There's only one way this ends. Target those supports. Cerberus thanks you for all your hard work.
hang on!
This is Shepard. Give us your location.
I repeat, is anyone on this frequency?
We read you. Give me your location.
The lieutenant's down. The whole zone is collapsing. What happened to Shepard? Did they make it to the temple? I saw them. Wait, I'm gonna leave whereabouts. Please, is anybody there? Wait, guys,
Space Ninja spawning plants.
Commander?
Counselor. The mission.
We've lost contact with Thessia. It's gone dark.
How soon will the Crucible be ready to deploy?
Counselor. I wish the news was better. We didn't get the information.
What happened?
Cerberus was there. We were defeated. We don't know how to finish the Crucible.
I don't know what to say. What was the situation on Thessia?
Deteriorating fast. The Reapers are there in strength.
Then you'll excuse me. There are preparations to make, continuity of civilization to consider. I never thought this day would come.
None of us did. I'm sorry.
Asari forces are in full retreat. It is no longer safe for us to remain in this system.
Get us out of here.
Shepard. Nobody could have predicted Cerberus would reach Thessia before us.
It's my job to be prepared, no matter what. I'm sick of Cerberus beating us to the punch.
Let's kick them in the balls first for a change.
I'm with James. Anyone know where they're hiding? Anyone?
Well, there is something.
Let's hear it, Trainer.
I was able to track Kai Leng's shuttle through the relay and extrapolate his destination. But the signal disappeared in the Yera system.
Naturally.
It's not just gone, though. The signal is being actively blocked.
How?
I'm not sure, but something is interfering with all signal activity in that region of space.
Commander, the Yera system is home to Sanctuary and little else. Sanctuary is a supposed safe haven for war refugees.
You think it's worth checking out, Trainer?
Yes, sir, I do.
If Specialist Trainer hadn't examined the data so astutely, the interference would have been undetectable.
Nice work, Trainer. You've given us a shot. Now let's make sure we don't waste it.
I was stationed on Horizon in the Lyra system, and you were the only Cerberus presence while I was there.
It's a slim lead. Let's hope it's the right one.
I don't care how slim the leads are at this point. We've come too far to let Cerberus stop us. I want that Prothean data. I want the catalyst. No excuses. Dismissed.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available on VidCom.
Shepard, I heard about Thessia.
We were so close, Anderson. So damn close to ending this war.
You didn't think it'd be that easy, did you?
I knew going in there wouldn't be a minute of this war that was easy.
Shepard, you know how many times I got my ass handed to me over the years? Surviving the first contact war back in the day was a goddamn miracle. They said I was a hero. I just felt lucky to get out alive. So maybe Kai Lang did beat you. What of it?
It could cost us the war.
These guys in the Resistance, they know it's a losing proposition. They know the chances of seeing tomorrow are slim to none, but we all signed up anyway. Hell, I'm sitting in London right now staring at rubble. I was born here, and it's looking like I might die here too. So I say point us at the Reapers and we'll take our chances.
You'll make it, Anderson. And when this is all over, you can show me London.
It might need a new coat of paint first.
This will be over soon.
It better. Shake this off, Shepard.
I will.
Anderson out.
What are you doing, Remy? The virtual aliens are exceptionally advanced compared to the rest of Citadel space. To erase their debt to the Spectres, they have donated their greatest scientific minds to help with understanding some of the finer and more exotic aspects of the Crucible's construction. The Fifth Fleet provided cover support while Elcor ships evacuated a large number of their warriors. The Reaper response was punishing, but the fleet held their ground, ensuring a successful extraction. Thessia has been overrun by the Reapers, striking a crippling blow to the Asari. Their fleets have since retreated, but not before sacrificing a large number of ships in a desperate attempt to save their homeworld. And yeah. Same blurb there. During their attempted attack on the Citadel in 2183, the Geth heretics built up significant stockpiles in the Armstrong cluster. Their presence in the sector was stopped by Alliance teams, and now these stockpiles can be used to help rebuild the fleet. The Geth have recovered over 2 million physical platforms from Heretic Station. This has enabled the Geth Corps to replace platforms lost in the battles with the Quarians. Commander Shepard's interview with Diana Allers about the Geth emphasized their value as strong military allies. The Council reluctantly sent the Geth shipments of rare materials to upgrade ground units. Geth armatures are heavy walkers that fulfill the role of tank, siege artillery, and interplanetary assault vehicle all in one. Armed with head-mounted siege pulse cannons and infantry shredding mass accelerator machine guns, yet retaining the flexibility of sentient Geth platforms, they are an intimidating combat unit. The armature... Remy! What do you want, Remy? The armatures come in many types, from the standard anti-personnel armature up to the giant Colossus heavy walkers, equipped with heavy armor and strong shields, easily a match for the armored vehicles of other races. Being able to deploy from high atmosphere or dropships makes these assault vehicles an invaluable planetary invasion spearhead. Updated iridium recovered from robo-miners deployed on Korang is accelerating production of the war machines. Assigned to protect visitors and businesses from the threat of piracy, the Coreless security fleet is composed of hardy frigates with oversized drive cores. These allow them to wield weaponry that exceeds the traditional limits imposed on their class. The Turian cruiser Adarian found renown during the battle for Amar when it prevailed after being ambushed by 3 enemy cruisers. Instead of bludgeoning their way to victory, the Adarian focused on crippling each vessel before boarding with their marines. They have been applying the same dogged determination to defending the Celia Nebula trade network, but with the fall of Dacuna, they are now ready to join the fleet. Remy. Why? The Elcor flotilla possesses a few cruisers and carriers, but its real value is troop transport. Because of their shape, the Elcor carry shoulder-mounted heavy weapons. VI-run systems handle reloading, targeting, and ammunition selection. It is not unusual to see a troop of Elcor soldiers toting rocket launchers, chain guns, and other intimidating weapons on their backs, as if they weigh nothing at all. With slow movement and conservative psyches, the Elcor have developed a military force to offset these weaknesses while maximizing their greatest asset of immense strength. Utilizing heavy weaponry on their backs, they rely on sophisticated VI combat systems to choose between thousands of gambits that have been developed and refined over the centuries. Derisively referred to as living tanks for their stature and rough hide, they have often been dismissed for their demure nature and odd speech patterns. However, Alliance soldiers have formed a much different opinion. Those who have fought alongside the Elcor now call them the Big Sticks, noting that although they may be quiet, their large armament will settle any argument in their path. Elcor troops carry massive shoulder-mounted VI-directed weapons, such as cyclic autocannons, missile launchers, and particle weapons. These units are devastating against ground forces, but their lack of speed makes them vulnerable when targeted by a harvester or other aerial attacks. A group of elite Elcor soldiers have been extracted from Dacuna, though they were reluctant to leave. There are very few Elcor family groups that can afford the expensive heavy plate armor that these elite troops carry, and even fewer who can handle it. The suit is fully self-contained, using mass effect fields to reduce its weight. VI-enabled weapons systems provide platform support, including main guns, short-range cannons, and massive shields generators. Let's see. The Elcor rejoiced when the Code of the Ancients was recovered. With hope restored, they rallied to help move supplies on the Citadel for the war effort. Alanis Risk Control Services is an interstellar conglomerate that provides a host of services ranging from event security and counter-piracy to affordable yet reliable armor, weapons, and omni-tools. Led by Commander Meiko Matsuo, the 7th Company is a professional mercenary... oh no, wait, that would be Maiko Matsuo. The 7th Company is a professional mercenary company which specializes in quelling riots and civil disturbance. These soldiers are equipped with bullet-resistant riot shields and M3 Predator heavy pistols. Virtual alien technology combined with the Omni-V eyes has given rise to small, weak, but numerous holographic fighters for use in space combat. Though incapable of damaging their foes, these act as a screen for allies and a nuisance for the enemy. Whole flocks can be deployed on short notice. Cool.
Thanks, Philip. Commander, you've got a new message at your...
It was a good idea. And right now, it's the best lead we've got.
In any event, good luck.
Let's see. Good, you opened this message. This isn't actually a sorry military command. They're busy tending to what's left of their planet. So you survived our fight on Thessia. You're not as weak as I thought, but never forget that your best wasn't good enough to stop me. Now an entire planet is dying because you lacked the strength to win. The legend of Shepard needs to be rewritten. I hope I'm there for the last chapter. It ends with your death. Kai Ling. Asshole. From Commander Shayla Ran Vasranok. Commander, with assistance from the Geth, our fleet is nearly back to full strength. We have focused most of our efforts on providing evacuation assistance and support for the Turian fleet, while the Geth harass the Reapers. Even with our newfound peace, it seems foolish to risk an incident by putting our forces in closer proximity. I understand from Admiral Zen that the Crucible project continues well, though Zen herself seems dissatisfied with the technological capabilities of the device. Though eccentric, she is also brilliant. Hopefully she will find some way to improve its functionality. I would never have believed you would talk Han down, Commander. Take care of Talizora for me. Kila Salai, Admiral Shayla Ran Vasranok. Commander, my squad continues to defend the fuel reactor on Sione. The Reapers seem intent on taking it down. Not on my watch. We will hold the line. Captain Lee Riley.
They held the line. That's silly General.
He's still around.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are plenty of lines that need holding.
Mm-hmm. I need to refill my drink and record my life. I will be right back. trim my nails. I keep scratching myself on them. Or with them, or whatever the...
You just need to smooth them.
I mean...
The long nails shouldn't be able to get you unless there's like a jaggedness, pointism to it.
They do kind of have corners.
What do you think about renting some memory boards?
Oh, I forgot my drink. Renting some what?
Memory boards.
Emery boards. I heard like undercords, and I was like, the hell is that?
Undercord. I'm not sure.
Okay, can I have one of those mochi?
Have it.
Thank you.
They're pretty alright, but you might like them more than I do. Because they're cookies and cream. I'm playing with scissors. That's not safe.
You weren't kidding. That does taste really marshmallowy.
Which is arcane because the flavor is meant to be cookies and cream.
Mm-hmm.
The weird part is I can't tell where the marshmallow resides. It may be the combination that forms marshmallows somehow.
Yeah. Commander Shepard, the situation on Thessia is far more dire than we had ever expected. Communication between the matriarchs is in complete disarray, and our military has already been overwhelmed. For our civilization to have any chance at surviving, we are attempting an evacuation to save as many people as we can. I've already contacted Admiral Hackett asking for Alliance help, but I fear that my attempts to persuade him were in vain. We have secured ships from Rannoch to transport our people, but without the Alliance fleets, they will stand little chance against the Reapers. In return for any help, we will provide our remaining ships in the fight to retake Earth. If the Normandy can lend assistance, even without Alliance support, we will give you the location on Thessia where you can find a collection of what we now know to be Prothean memory shards, acquired over the centuries. Your experience on Eden Prime may allow you to see if they hold something of value to building the Crucible. I know we do not always see things equally, but I hope you can look past our differences in order to convince the Admiralty to assist Thessia in its most desperate hour. May the goddess be with you, Counselor Tevos.
Isn't that your sorry homeworld?
Thessia? Yes.
Oh no!
That's where I just was.
That's bad.
In that mission that you were watching over my shoulder, yeah. Yeah, it's bad. The Reapers have now spread throughout the galaxy, striking many clusters across both Citadel space and the Terminus systems. Here's the latest intelligence for each racial homeworld. Dakuna. The Elcor suffered heavy losses, but the Reapers have been slowed by their herding instinct, which prevented the formation of megacities and other metropolis. They are in dire need of support to evacuate more of their people from the planet. Earth. There are now believed to be 400 Reaper processing ships on Earth. These are estimated to be harvesting 1 million people a day. Indoctrinated countries are fighting back against the resistance on the behest of their Reaper overlords. This has stretched the resistance to its limits. Reapers appear to be concentrating movements on Western Europe. The reason for this is currently unknown. Karshan. Oculi are shooting down any and all spy drones that attempt to reach the Batarian homeworld. We have no new information. Palaven. The Turians are continuing to hold on Palaven, but the Reapers appear to be diverting capital and processing ships to help pacify the planet. Defenses on Monet are beginning to fail. When they do, the Reapers will hit Palaven with more force than at any point in the war so far. The Turians have revealed that the ancient Voluvian sect has returned among indoctrinated Turians. Often these cultists are accompanied by huge intelligent husks that are vaguely reminiscent of the Turians themselves. Parnak. Unidentified ships have been spotted briefly in orbit over the Yog homeworld. Though the cruisers of the PIEM fleet gave chase, the mysterious craft flee at FTL. Agrypnia Station cannot be reached following their latest transmission. Thessia. The Asari homeworld has been attacked by a huge fleet of Reapers, including Husk forces and indoctrinated slaves. Their ground forces were not prepared for an assault on this scale. Many city-states are falling in hours rather than days or weeks. Matriarchs are calling for an evacuation effort. Terves. Ships have been detected in the vicinity of Terves. We are yet to confirm whether they are of Reaper origin. There are other homeworlds that are under Reaper attack, but these are the only planets with intelligence worth noting. Spy drones have been diverted to these minor powers to attempt to get an update on their situation. Circuit Asan, Special Tactics and Recon. Gatali is an Asari world that is ruled by an elective monarchy, with the crown passing from one Anasa to another every 50 years. The colony has a wealth of Element Zero reserves and is considered to be exceptionally beautiful. Anasa Janiri Tazeli is the current ruler and was due to relinquish her crown, but the invasion forced her to cancel the election and retain control in the interim. The Council prefers this outcome as she favors interspecies cooperation and has pledged huge quantities of Ezo for the war effort. The Anasa's likely successor is her child, Tia Tazeli, whose xenophobic views are widely supported by the populace. We suspect her blind ambition has driven her into an alliance with indoctrinated representatives of the Reapers, and through this into conflict with her own mother. Details of their alliance are sparse, but we know that for now the Reapers are pacifying the planet through their agents in the insurgency. With civil war raging, it is vital that we involve ourselves on Gatali to secure their reserves of Ezo for the Citadel fleets, and to remove yet another threat to interspecies cooperation. It is my recommendation that Tia Tazeli is removed as figurehead of the rebellion. Data's Prosec Spectre Command. Admiral Hackett has convened a session with Alliance Command over the QEC in order to discuss the Asari Councilor's request to help evacuate Thessia. Your presence is requested. Shepard. The Admirals were just discussing how these damn people have screwed us at every turn, and Ahern here wants us to play the Good Samaritan. These people are civilians who did nothing wrong. We shouldn't condemn them for what their government did. They deserve our help. Mark my words, we save the Matriarch's collective asses, and the Counselor will stand on the bodies of our dead soldiers and make herself a saint by telling her people how she convinced us to help when she caused this whole mess in the first place. Maybe, but we can get all of their remaining fleets and personnel to fight the Reapers. Can't you see the big picture? They should have been helping from the start instead of hiding the key to a superweapon in their backyard. You can't just fix this with fleets. Shit, everybody else is already stepping up, and most of them have got nothing left to live for anyway. We can't just ignore the Asari fleets either. Those are Destiny-class dreadnoughts out there, just waiting to fly our colors. That's a huge advantage in this war, no matter what you think of them. If their fleets are so great, then why aren't they defending the Rannoch transports during the evac? They will be. They held up against the Reapers a lot better than we did, but they're still taking one hell of a beating. Besides the Counselor, they've got no real leadership left. The senior matriarchs are all on Thessia, and Solarian intel suggests everything is hanging by a thread. I'm not a huge fan either, but the truth is, the Asari are not going to be much of a military, unless we get at least some of the matriarchs out of there. So they gamble with the galaxy's very survival, refusing to help anyone but themselves. Where were they when the Earth was burning? And now what? And now that it's their backs against the wall, they expect us to save them? This isn't about who's right or who's wrong. It's about making sure there are people left after this damn war is over. I don't like it either, but if we have to make nice and do some bullshit humanitarian mission to get those fleets, then I say we just do it and get this over with. We're just going in circles. Shepard, who are you siding with on this?
Precious resources.
Yeah, typical.
Mustn't squander.
You know, Shepard, there is such a thing as... You know, Shepard, there is such a thing as too much mind-screwing. That's enough. Focus on the matter at hand. I'm not going to sacrifice my men's lives just for a goddamn thank you note. No way we should risk the fleet on this. Then what do you suggest? You want us to get on board? They give us all of their beacon research. Everything they have. All of it. Even without the Prothean cipher, they've had it for centuries, with plenty of time to study it. It's a gold mine, and it's high time those pretentious matriarchs were knocked down a peg. You want to extort an entire race? You can't be serious. Then we'll call it a treaty. Who cares? This war is too costly to do things out of the goodness of our hearts. They're asking us to take a huge risk with our fleet, so if they really want our help, then they've got to pay the price. If not, they can forget it. There's no way they'll ever agree to that. You know this. Even if they agreed, their military is going to find out and second-guess everything we say. We can't have the Asari doubting us or our war strategies when we take the battle back to Earth. Oh, they'll agree to the terms, and their military won't question anything. We will get their full cooperation, because the Counselor doesn't want to answer questions about breaking galactic law and hoarding Prothean tech. I hear that's a big deal. And what if we win this war? Then what? We won't get any type of Asari support for reconstruction when this is over. The Asari will do everything they can to make sure the Council blocks all of our requests. Infrastructure, supplies, technical assistance, all gone. If we send our fleets, we get the job done and we get their firepower. I agree. We should save those people, don't shake them down. We need to send in our fleet. If we send our fleet, we'll be sending thousands of humans to their deaths. Not to mention the ships that are lost that could be better used somewhere else, like taking back Earth. And if by some miracle we win this war, the matriarchs will have a civil war on their hands, or be too busy dodging indictments to pick up a hammer. It's now or never. We won't get a second chance at this. They want us to sacrifice our ships and thousands of soldiers? Give us the data. Or we see how advanced they are when they take on the Reapers alone. Damn it, Boris. Stop being such an asshole. It's not like the Alliance hasn't done shit that we regret. The bottom line is they don't deserve our help. And if we had an ounce of honor, we would refuse them outright. If we risk our troops, there has to be a price. Shepard, you've been awfully quiet. What's your take on this? The conference reconvenes. I spoke with the Counselor. To say she was surprised and relieved we are even considering their offer is an understatement. However, she feels that 2 fleets will be more effective in getting the job done. Are you shitting me? 2 fleets? That's almost half our forces. Thaddeus, even you have to see this as insane. Yeah, we can't afford 2 fleets. I can take the 6th and a few battle groups of the 5th. The 6th needs to be combat tested anyway. They've been in reserve since Asgard. That will have to do. 2 would be more effective. 2 would be more effective, she's right, but we can't spare them. Even that's a huge gamble. Look, the Normandy is equipped to go in undetected, then get us the intel and coordinates we need for the transports. There's no need to risk fleets of this size. Shepard, it's up to you, but that's the sensible way to go. Thoughts? Yeah, we can do
I found something.
No, wait a second. No, that's all that is. What does it say about the Nefrane? The Asari cruiser Nefrane is named for a lost city said to be buried in ice at Thessia's south pole. The cruiser still carries scars from scores of Geth fighters it took on during the Battle of the Citadel in 2183. The crew refuses to have the scars removed, considering them marks of honor, and a reminder of how close they came to annihilation. There we go. Primary objective, recover intel. Secondary objective, oversee evacuation. Scout evacuation areas to determine enemy presence and evacuation priority. Signal the fleets to enter system via scanning pulse. Recover evacuees and lead transport flotilla to the highlighted fleet. Signal the fleet to confirm readiness to dock. Repeat until ground or fleet command indicate further action is not viable. Secondary objective, avoid casualties. Fleet objective is to prevent enemy forces from interfering with the evacuation. Ground objective is to maintain orderly evacuation zones and prevent enemy incursion or action against transport flotilla. The priority is to avoid casualties to the fleets. Press launch to travel to Athena Nebula and commence evacuation. Launch evacuation. Commander, a source tells me the Asari are petitioning the Alliance to assist with a rescue mission on Thessia. Let me help you. We can spin this to increase your popularity. We can get a few shots of recovered priceless historical treasures, and I will do some interviews with helpless civilians you rescue. My story will make you a big hero, your reputation will skyrocket, and cash donations to the war effort will roll in. The Asari will lap it up, trust me. If there's one thing I know, it is how to get that particular audience on our side. Meow.
Let me just cross my leg like a bridge. Fine. What was the point of any of that? That was a lot of effort.
Maybe she wants you to feed her.
Well, what is it? That's not.
Take us in.
In exchange for your assistance, the Thessian government has granted you access to one of their remote military research facilities on Thessia where the beacon is kept. As you stand before it, you start to hear the whispers of an echo. The echoes of a whisper? And observe a dull glow emanating from it as the inactive monolith awakens. As you approach, you feel your mind begin to commune with the device, only to be snapped back to the present by the sounds of distant explosions, devastating the surface above you, an ever-present reminder that you are running out of time. In order to interact with both the Thessian cities and the evacuation vessels, you must scan each location every time. University of Cerise is the premier galactic institution in a number of fields, including biotics, archaeology, and astrophysics. The Cerise Council represents a large number of specialist craft manufacturers. The exorbitant cost of the equipment, as well as the difficulty in purchasing them off-world, has left them very highly regarded. In particular, their individually tailored savant amplifiers are considered the finest in the galaxy. The outskirts of the city suffered heavy bombardment during the initial assault. Now that patrols of thralls and oculi have largely immobilized the population, the Reapers are moving to harvest the inhabitants.
Signal confirmed.
Message to Norse Spec Ops. Lieutenant Commander Tachosa, Ground Command. It appears we caught the Reapers by surprise. The initial landings at this location were incident-free, and ground troops have been deployed to establish a perimeter. The spaceports are overcrowded with far more people than we can fit on one transport run. Everyone is desperate to escape, but so far the boarding has been relatively orderly. We will need to return. We have limited capacity, Commander. Who should we prioritize?
Our extinction is inevitable, the void awaits your ascension.
Incoming fleet communications. Parnitha engaging minimal resistance. Weapons live. Fighters away. Dreadnoughts engaging a Reaper in Sector 319. Civilian offloading has begun. Corinth. Sector 912 showing limited Reaper presence, extending fighter patrol range. Pyares getting a few individual ships from the surface. They're making a run for it. Parnitha, Norse Spec Ops, please report on ground situation. Norse Spec Ops, evacuation zones crowded but orderly. Special forces established perimeters. Good, keep it up. Attempting Reaper forces are moving quickly and engaging resistance fighters near the landing perimeter. We've been attempting to hold them back with heavy weapons. So far, no sign of the big ones, thank the goddess. Armali, one of the most powerful Asari republics, is famed for its Prothean ruins and archaeology. Prior to the war, the Armali Council represented the city's businesses, which are well regarded for quality products, such as the Nexus range of Omni-tools. Armali was one of the most outward-looking states and maintains good trading relations across the galaxy. The war has seen Armali hit hard as the headquarters for several units of the Republican Guard. This populous city has been devastated by the Reaper attack. Groups of refugees play a cat-and-mouse game with Reaper thralls, using their biotics to perform powerful guerrilla attacks on Reaper patrols. However, these tactics have taken their toll, leaving resistance fighters exhausted and with limited access to both food and water. Civilian offloading has commenced. Reaper fleet just came out of nowhere right at us. We've lost the Destiny Nahimpa. Must be 30, maybe 50 of the big ones. All ships engaging. Should we cover? Negative. Continue with the evacuation. Get our people off the homeworld. We will delay as best we... Interference. Re-engage. Protocol 9.7.5. Understood. Engaging destroyers 691. Weapons live. Torpedoes away. Fighter squadrons deploying to cover the flotilla. Too many oculi around. Parnitha? Destiny Asteria. Do you copy? Come under heavy fire, Commander. Several Hades cannons near the city edge are opening up. A couple of transports went down, cargo and all. Another fell back and hit our command center. We are losing ground quickly, and my people cannot hold much longer. Who do we transport next, Commander? At this rate, this could be our last run. Methymna is a smaller republic, and before the war it was known as a home of artists and writers. Its most famous daughter is the ancient poet Tusofa, whose poems on love, romance, and passion are considered the basis of Asari literature. Safa, you say? When published across Citadel space, they became the source of many misconceptions about Asari culture. Due to its lack of military resources, the invasion saw Methymna initially ignored. As a result, many refugees tried to escape the city. The Reapers are now reassessing their invasion strategy, intent on harvesting the frightened population. Rannoch, can you do anything about those Reapers on top of the First Fleet? Negative, we're under sustained fire. Goddess, their line is folding. The first is gone, the entire fleet just gone. Another Reaper fleet just arrived. Sector 3127, engaging. This is Vice Admiral Viala. All ships, fall back to the relay. We have to get out of here. Acknowledged. What about our people? No choice. Order Evac 12. 05 relay. The Asari refugee fleet stands motionless, the purple light of the nebula mournfully reflecting off the sleek curves of the ships that escaped Thessia. Not a few are the luxury clippers of the super-rich, now packed with frightened and upset refugees. Unlike the hubs of activity that have formed around the nearby human and Turian escapees, the Asari flotilla remains silent, with only the occasional shuttle making its way between the ships. A few cruisers that survived the intense battle before the planet's fall stand with the fleet, the dark scars on their white Solaris armor, a testament to the ferocity of the Reaper invasion. The attempt to save some of the Asari was successful but came at a high price. As a result, military units trying to hold back the Reapers experienced significant losses. Yep. Wait, there was one. Disparate groups were rescued from Thessia and are putting their talents to work. Although traditionally not as politically powerful as their Armali counterparts, the Cerise Council matriarchs are providing the Crucible teams with a wealth of Asari scientific experience and are assisting with fleet repairs. Civilian fighters, many with commando training, have been fighting a desperate rearguard action against Reaper forces. They have become the leadership of Asari evacuee irregular forces.
Commander?
Commander Shepard.
Let's see here.
Damn, I could really use something to shoot right now. So Thessia, huh? I guess the Asari are wishing they had fewer dancers and more commandos right about now. Too soon?
In case you hadn't noticed, we just lost a few million people. This isn't the time.
You see this? Tiptree. Little colony out in the ass end of nowhere. My dad lives there. So does my sister. Reapers rolled in about 2 weeks ago. So you can assume that I'm generally aware there's a war on, Commander.
So why the jokes?
Because EDI says that according to your armor's metabolic scans, you're under more stress now than during the Skillian Blitz. Like, more than a Kuz, where Thresher Maws ate the rest of your squad. And the last time I had a briefing with Anderson, he told me to take care of you. The guy leading the resistance on Earth is worried about you. And I'm supposed to help.
I appreciate the thought, Joker. But I'm fine.
The hell you are. You're like half robot at this point. No offense, EDI. And it's my fault. When the Collectors blew up the first Normandy, you died because I wouldn't leave. Because you had to come back for me.
Couldn't leave the best pilot in the fleet behind, could I?
Yeah, well, I guess that would have looked bad on your report.
Come on. We've got work to do.
Yes, Shepard?
Does that body have any useful advantages?
Very few. It's optics space forward only. It has no integrated weapon systems or anti-missile countermeasures.
I meant in comparison to organic bodies, not the Normandy.
Oh. I will reassess. The body is resistant to modern small arms fire and temperature extremes. Its balance and agility seem excellent. Its fine manipulation servos and software allow for precision tasks. I'm curious to see if I can alter them.
Can an AI be curious?
I am not entirely free from motivation, Shepard. Cerberus programmed me with several core functions that simulate desires. For example, my primary objective to keep the Normandy functioning is similar to your self-preservation instinct.
Carry on, EDI.
Understood. If you wish to talk more, this body will be here. I'm getting the crew used to seeing me on the bridge.
Noted.
So many fishies.
Shepard, this wasn't your fault.
It's not about fault. I was supposed to stop them.
You will.
I don't know if I can do this, Tally. Earth, Palaven, Thessia. I'm risking everything to build the Crucible, and I'm not even sure what it does. Who am I to make that call?
You're the one who was right, all along. You fought when no one else would, when nobody else believed you. You can do this. I know you can.
looks so doofy.
It's nice to have Tally back. I've made sure we're well stocked with dextro-based antibiotics and antihistamines. Feeling okay, Commander?
Dr. Tassoni has gone to speak with the Prothean.
These schematics were downloaded from the Geth consensus. They appear to be designs for improved resistor terminals and Geth platforms. The schematics can easily be built into human-sized armor, providing the wearer combat benefits enjoyed by the Geth. The resistors can be tweaked either to increase the wearer's damage output or improve their shields. Miniaturized armor capacitors. This data was discovered and downloaded from inside the Geth consensus. Thousands of these miniaturized capacitors were installed beside armor power cells, where they can instantly discharge a stored boost of energy. This boost can be tweaked either to speed up shield regeneration or the rate at which tech, biotic, and combat powers can be used. Shield bonus. A while since I've taken a look here. Email from Sergeant Kavanaugh to Sergeant Ichi. Next time you want to warn me that the Geth are our friends and that maybe we're not supposed to shoot the big robots? I almost pissed myself when these primes started dropping out of the sky and mopping up the Reapers. We fired a few rounds at them until we realized they weren't firing back. Then this one comes over, said they're allied assistants, and asks for our status. I'm not complaining they saved my crew, but I'm never living down having to apologize to a Geth for shooting one of its damn lights off. Smuggler Manifest. Youngest System. Operative Marat has sent smuggler manifests of an Athabasca-class freighter to authorities in the Youngest System. The manifest follows. 8,000 tons of dextro-amino food supplies. No, not Youngus. No. That's not how it's spelled.
The big chungus.
It's Yungiss.
That's fun.
8,000 tons of dextro-amino food supplies. Hold on a sec. I'm going to make sure that actually... Oh, good. It did get caught on the overlay. I don't want to jinx it, but the overlay does seem to have been to be behaving more reliably lately. 16,000 tons of levo amino acid food supplies. 200,000 tons of platinum stamped ingots. 12 Alliance fighter craft, inactive, mothballed on lower deck. 12 Hierarchy interceptor craft, inactive, mothballed on lower deck. 300 indentured workers, slaves from Karshan, recaptured attempting to escape Reapers, mainly Batarian. Authorities will seize the freighter in 2 hours. Per the broker's request, the Youngest government has agreed to provide the slaves asylum and certificates of citizenship in exchange for future favors rendered. AI Research, essay by Dr. K. Nye. Intelligence and Introspection. At the Sensory Gallery on Cathoy Ward, I could step into a booth and artificially experience rain as a Turian feels it. Elsewhere, I could smell like an Elcor or hear like a Drell. How do they smell? Terrible. Sorry. But there is no booth where I could think like an artificial intelligence. Try it. Imagine being 2 or 3 times as intelligent as you are now. You're likely already approaching the level considered genius for your species. Now keep going. 10 times. 20 times. The mind reels, doesn't it? And you still aren't as intelligent as a VI. Now consider how differently such a mind might perceive and intercept the world, compared to how you understand it. Think how different a sonnet might seem, or a sunset. Then ask yourself, what would such a mind make of our mortality? The value of organic life. My lab partners evolved 1,000 light years away, but make no mistake, it is the life on our servers which is truly alien. Archived Messages, Project Hellion 1. Entry, Birthday. Today's the day. We've been planning this for 2 years. Endless meetings, constant reevaluation of training procedures, and a complete rebuild of our housing facilities, and now we'll finally get to meet our little babies. Steven keeps telling me not to think of them that way, but I'm sure even Vorcha babies are cute. Babies are always cute, even soft ones without carapace. Wait, who is saying this? I cannot wait to see them. Just 2 hours to go. Entry, I think I need new eyes. Steven was right. I was so very wrong. Spirits, they have to be the ugliest species in the galaxy. I am loath to admit it, but I am struggling to build a bond with the vicious little gremlins. They're not only vile to look at, but violence is a common factor whether they are alone or socializing. The Asari experiments on Parask claim that violence is not innate to their genetic makeup, but I'm not so sure. They're nasty pieces of work. 16 cuts and 4 bites, and it is not even the end of their first week here. I've heard the research team on Ekram are making great strides with the Kirik. I'm no fan of insectoids, but they have to be better than Vorcha. Project Hellion 2. Entry, I was wrong. I look back on my previous entries, and I'll admit to being shamed by them. Well, perhaps not when it comes to their looks, but I have to admit that when you look after them day by day, you start to see the good in them. It has been a year since we started the project, and they have grown quickly. We've trained them to be more docile than the rest of their kind. 1 or 2 are even comparatively gentle. Their speech is beyond their peers, and violence only happens when there is a reason to. The Asari were right. Violence is not innate to their genetic makeup. It is a social convention that they're easily susceptible to. Soon they will be enrolled in the military aspect of this experiment, but I'm strangely worried for their future. They will never be safe on Heshtalk in their own society, but nor would they be safe in the wider galaxy. I wonder if there is a place... I wonder if there is a place for them. Okay. Entry, the new batch. Our second generation of Vorcha will be brought in today, and I find I'm strangely excited again. They won't be, as I once naively hoped, but I have thought long and hard about the benefits of this experiment. Could we be the ones who begin to fix the Vorcha problem for the galaxy? Will our work bring them a stable civilization worthy of membership among the stars? I doubt I will find out in my lifetime, but the possibilities are tantalizing. I'll do my part for them, plus the challenge is always welcome. Archived Messages, Project Hellion Pilot Training. Entry, Flight Simulators. Our cadets had their first tests on the simulators today, which turned out to be as entertaining as it sounds. When they arrived, they were like a pack of dogs when they first meet, all excited and yapping. It was almost sweet. None of them took to the simulator. Once they were in, they spent the first half hour throwing up and the other trying to get out. There were a few belly laughs in the office, I can tell you. We weren't laughing by the end of the day. Something had kicked in. We had been told of their adaptability, but we didn't realize it would be that quick, or they that versatile. By sundown, we were dragging them from the cockpits. They became naturals and rode the motions with ease. Bastards, took me weeks to get to that level. Entry, their first flight. We certainly underestimated them. They obey orders, they display ferocity in combat, they are fearless, and they are naturals in the air. I wouldn't say they equal our pilots in the Alliance, nor the Turians, but these are early days of our experiment. Who knows what a few generations down the line will bring us? But then, who knows if we will get a few more generations? At least the Reaper War is providing us with extensive data on their skills. Ava Corey Research, Entry 4. I put Farron in charge of investigating Cord Hislop Aerospace. I'd suspected that we'd found one of Cerberus's front companies, but I couldn't have imagined it went this deep. Publicly, Cord Hislop Aerospace is a mid-sized starship manufacturer, but Farron was able to dig up Alliance contract work dating back over 20 years. Somehow, they're indirectly responsible for producing nearly a third of all Alliance warships. I've had Glyph running through their financials, and the amount of unaccounted credits over the last 21 years are astronomical. He's still calculating a final figure. Furthermore, the amount of missing Cerberus cruisers is almost exactly the same as the current STG estimate for Cerberus's fleet. The Elusive Man has been quietly building and carefully erasing warships from Alliance records since 2165. The implications are staggering. Farron volunteered to go undercover to try and find a link to the Elusive Man, perhaps even where his base is. But it's too risky. Cerberus knows his face, and I can't lose him again. I've put Operative Marat in charge of infiltrating Cord Hislop. Normandy Intercom Log, Cockpit to Port Cargo. Glyph, make a backup of this log. It provides an example of early Prothean interaction with synthetic intelligence. Joker. I've got a question. Did the AIs of your cycle ever form a society? The synthetics of my time were brutal, merciless. They are dead now. What does it matter? Well, yeah, I can't argue with that, but weren't any of them peaceful? Even a little bit? There was one that was famous. Our scientists wanted to understand the cosmic imperative, so they created a virtual civilization in a closed-loop system. What happened? They discovered how to create entertainment for one another, to simulate their pleasure centers. It was highly embarrassing. Soon they ignored us, and rather than chronicle their insipid existence, we crushed their civilization. Wasn't that overkill? If they can learn satisfaction, then they can discover pleasure in killing you. Let that be a lesson. If the ED machine discovers its pleasure centers, then throw it out the airlock. I am often amazed by the wisdom of the Protheans.
Shepard, never a dull moment when the Normandy's on tour, is there?
Any word from Paladin?
Some, and I don't like what I'm hearing. The Krogan are there in force, but they're just slowing the Reapers down, not stopping them. I'm not sure it's going to be enough.
You hear anything from your family?
But I did hear from Primarch Victus. He wanted my advice on fleet strength when the Crucible is ready. Still can't get used to people asking me things like that.
What did you say?
I said, at some point, we're going to have to decide if our fleets keep defending Paladin or we go on the offensive.
Can't do both?
Not with the beating we're taking. Like I said, not the sort of questions I'm used to answering.
You know what you're doing, Garrus. Trust me, everyone can see that.
Maybe. But you spend so much time on the outside trying to get in, and when you do, it's not what I expected.
How so?
All the questions, and every one of them with 1,000,000 lives riding on the answer.
You do the best you can with what you know. It's no different than your days at CSEC.
You're right. Though I'm starting to understand why the galaxy needs cold-hearted dictators every now and then.
They get things done?
They don't give a damn about the consequences. Suppose that's what it's going to take, Shepard. The ruthless calculus of war. 10 billion people over here die, so 20 billion over there can live. Are we up for that? Are you?
If we reduce this war to arithmetic, we're no better than Reapers.
I guess I can't argue with that. You managed peace between the Geth and the Quarians. Maybe there is another way.
And he teleported.
Not something you can ever get used to. Seeing a world go down like that. Thousands of years of civilization on fire. But it wasn't your fault. Thessia was already gone by the time we got there. And maybe the elusive man did win one, but so what? I've lost a few fights in my time, and I'm still here. It's because I always made sure. A battle doesn't make a war, Shepard. We're still in this.
That was weird.
Have you checked on Liara? She must be devastated. That's not something you ever forget. Shepard, this is when you take all your anger and frustration, bottle it up, then use it to rearrange every molecule in Kai Ling's body. You'll get your chance. Not right now.
Every single molecule.
Those were all lies back there.
They were not.
My people weren't animals for your kind to experiment on.
You wanted to know more about your history, Asari. Now you do.
I have a name. It's Liara Tassoni, and I'd appreciate...
Hey, settle down.
My home was just destroyed, and all he can do is gloat.
Given what's happened today, I think you owe Liara an apology, Javik.
Apologize for the truth?
For not doing more. You're a Prothean. You were supposed to have all the answers. How could you not stop this from happening?
We believed you would. Long ago, we saw the potential in your people. Even then, it was obvious. The wisdom, the patience. You were the best hope for this cycle. So you were guided when necessary.
Well, it didn't work.
You're still alive, aren't you? Your world may have fallen. But as long as even one Asari is left standing, the fight isn't over.
I guess that goes for Protheans, too.
Despair is the enemy's greatest weapon. Do not let them wield it. Liara Tassoni.
That was unexpected. Thank you.
We still need her talents. If grief overcomes her, she will be lost to us.
So did you actually mean what you said?
Does it matter?
Liara means a great deal to me. It matters.
Then I will tell you what you want to hear. I meant what I said.
Carry on.
It was good to see another of my kind, even if he was just a ghost. One more Prothean fights the Reapers. If there is to be victory in this war, it will be for all cycles. The living will avenge the dead. And do not concern yourself with Thessia's fate, Commander. The loss of a planet is insignificant next to the loss of the galaxy. I suffered many defeats in the last war, Commander. Let this loss be the fuel that powers your rage. Seeing all these primitives flying spaceships is unexpected and very dangerous. I am with my own thoughts.
Commander, we were just talking to Liara. She's a strong one.
I'd say her world's just been completely rocked.
Completely? Adams and I were just remembering Noveria and the terrible way her mother died. Liara seemed so together afterward. Couldn't have been easy. For weeks, she told me stories about her mother. Yeah, me too. I have a feeling she'll be okay. Yeah. Hope so. I'm really glad she has you to comfort her. And don't worry about Kai Lang. Now that we've seen his dirty moves, next time, he's getting his ass kicked. Count on it. Can't wait to get back out there.
Anything, anyone down here? Kinda doubt it. Yeah, no. Nothing.
Have you found your story on Thessia yet?
No. I'm trying to word it right.
What happens if you word it wrong?
If I'm lucky, the Citadel Stock Exchange drops 2,000 extra points.
And if you're unlucky?
I don't know. I've never really been unlucky. Has Alenko had media training? He just gave me this steady stare during our interview. Do we need to talk, Commander?
Not right now, Allers.
Let me know when we do.
About time you loosened up a little.
Not sure how drinking mezcal late into the night makes me a better crewman.
How does it not? Gives you heart. You need heart to fight this kind of war.
A heartburn, maybe. Seriously, could we at least get some decent tequila?
Hey, you're the procurement specialist. Set us up.
Hey. Upgrade this one some more because I'm curious to see how it compares. That is significantly more damage, but also way more weight. If I switch to that, then I'm at what?
Good weapon for a Giles Corey build.
Who?
Giles Corey.
Who's that?
More weight.
Oh, right. And actually, as infrequently as I use abilities, maybe I shouldn't be worried so much about weight. Maybe I can focus on other stuff instead. So let's try this for a bit instead. See,
Like a team handling visual abilities.
Mm-hmm.
There, off to go.
Okay, I'm going to try this, see how it feels. Yeah, shotgun launcher. Frictionless rail, yeah. Let's try it with that. Oh, this is one of those kinds.
Okay, that did it. Where's my sniper rifle?
Huh? Garrus? They're just watching me do target practice? Okay, so I am not a fan of that.
Acceptable. get even better marksman if you have 4 eyes.
Yeah, okay, so not the chakram launcher, though I might give that to someone else, because the mechanics of it at least are interesting, and it does deal some heavy damage, and splash damage can be nice too. Let's try the Gladius. Does have an awful lot of kickback to it. Whereas this thing has basically none. Let's try that. That's not the weapon that I wanted. Oh, I can use the weapon bench.
I could talk weapon optimization all night.
Nice.
Now that's a tasty shot.
Tasty? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That is a good combolation. Okay. And while the firing range is a fairly anticlimactic way to end the stream. I gotta give myself a break before my stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's about 2 hours from now. Daniel will be joining me properly rather than just sitting in the background. And we will be playing Sunless Sea. So, yeah. And then I'll be back again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, for more of this. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will be back in a little bit. Hope to see y'all then.